Okay, all right. Welcome to the coffee break. This is episode number 81. Thank you very much for joining. I think that's the first coffee break after DevCon. So I think I met some of you at DevCon, and it was a great time. Who have attended? What do you like about it, or oh, any other interesting projects going on? And it's very open space as usual. So any questions or topics also good to go. So yeah.
Hi, yeah, this is Rajkumar from India.
Hi.
Hi, and yeah,
Come
we
on.
have started working for this design automation using Autodesk Platform Service from last 3 months, and then our design engineers were working on using the Autodesk Inventor from quite some time, from some years, and we are slowly we want to move it to automation part. So we have choose the design automation, and then it's a good platform actually we have chosen, and then we are progressing on our projects. We have committed with our clients to do some automation part, and we were using we were working on the POC part for our project, and also we have attended some accelerate program uh, in India, and then
Mhm.
uh, we were closely working with some of our technical experts as well. Um, and our project is in POC state now, and we want to deploy that POC in our in one of the client server, and due to some security concerns, actually we are facing some timeout exceptions in the Amazon service package upload part. So I would like to share with this information with you people, so that if any advice or anything we can get from you guys, then it will be more helpful for us.
Okay, so first, interesting that you're migrating to the cloud. That's great news. And design automation is very convenient for that, right? It allows you to run your uh, existing inventor code in the cloud. So yeah, very convenient. Now you are
Yeah.
saying that you are having timeout when you upload the app bundle,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you get like timeout error, or what exactly you get there?
I will share my screen. Actually, this application is working fine in my local environment. Uh,
Mm,
but when I host it in a location, in a server location, so that time we are getting some exceptions. So
okay.
I will share my screen.
Yeah. Those issues are quite interesting, right? It works on one environment and not on the other. So it's very much
Yes.
likely something with the environment, not with the code,
Yeah.
most likely. Yeah.
I think you can able to see my screen now.
I'm actually seeing myself. Okay, cool. Operation cancel. Oh, okay.
So this is the
Yeah.
exception we are getting from.
Yeah. So this is very generic. This is .NET telling you that there is some problem going on. Um,
Okay.
so when you get the exception, there should be a body to that exception telling what was the error, what is the status code, what is the actual response from the server. So it is 500, it is 400, right? So uh, so ask your developer, I don't know, Gitblock, right, to make a change on the code. So whenever you get the exception, you really get the message that is coming with that exception, so you can see what's happening there.
Okay. Actually, I just used the generic code which is available in the internet uh, from Autodesk. So I just used those code, and this is the space where I'm getting an
Yeah.
exception. It is in while creating the activity when we are uploading the bundle,
Hmm.
and the packages from our local
Yeah.
drive to to the endpoint URL. The endpoint URL is Amazon server.
Yeah. So you
So
see that
when
our code intentionally, our code sample, it's intentionally without too much error checking because it gets too
yeah,
long and too complex to read, right? We want to teach you how to do something, not create production code. So you see there
okay,
is no try catch there. So we don't really know what's happening. So yeah, you have to add some try catch. And whenever you
okay,
have you have the error, get the message of the body. So that's valid for all the samples we have, right? We avoid making too much error handling because the code gets too deep and too complicated to understand, right? So now whenever you get that code to production, you have to add more checks and confirmations there. So my suggestion, Rajkumar, is to get the message and send to aps.help@autodesk.com. So aps.help@autodesk.com. So we can check that for you. So if you go to APS and go to get help, you see the same thing, but you can also send the email. So either way, it works. So send us the exact message that you are getting so you can debug it.
okay. APS dot.
It's an email, right? aps.help at
Okay, okay.
autodesk.com.
APS dot help at autodesk.com. Okay.
Yes. Or if you go on the website, if you click on the get support on the top menu, yeah, support, yeah, get help, you can also
Okay.
send there. So there is Stack Overflow and there is also ask a question.
Okay. Ask a
Yeah.
question now.
Oh,
Okay.
but that's Stack Overflow. Is Jaime here? Yeah,
Stack
Jaime,
up.
how did we, what is the form now?
Go
Like,
down a bit.
yeah.
Keep going.
Oh yeah, well, a bit more. Yeah.
Yeah,
Couldn't find
contact
the answer.
support.
Yeah,
Contact
representative.
support. Okay.
Yeah. Either way, we'll go the
Oh,
same
okay.
Yeah.
to the same system, right? And we answer you. So be sure to provide as much detail as you can. What's the error message? What is no code snippet that you are using? The more you provide, the
Okay.
better. So we can work on it.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. So I heard that you participated in the India accelerator, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Was that
Yes.
2 weeks
Exactly.
ago? I think it was
Uh, it's it's around a month ago.
yeah. Varun was there, right? Varun?
Yes. Yes. Varun was there. Yeah.
Yeah, he's here as well. So hope you
Okay.
guys met.
Yes, yes, it was a good time. Actually we were nobody knows in our organization about the platform service from Autodesk. So we were the first few people who attended that program, and it was really helpful. And we met some other people as well. They came with some different project as well as different issues.
Mhm.
So altogether, it was a very good experience. Yes. Yep.
Excellent.
I
Glad to
will.
hear.
Yep. Sure. And I will update the details with the details, the exception details to the support. So
Hmm. Yeah.
so that I will get some solution hopefully.
All right. Yeah. Looking good.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the question.
That's it.
All right. What else do we have? I mean, if you're getting started, that's for you, Rajkumar. If anyone else in your company also wants to start learning APS, learning the platform, we have a boot camp coming in 2 weeks, the week after next. So it's
Okay.
online week-long training. So it's not like a hackathon that you did, right? The hackathon is the accelerator is more like a create a POC. The training
Yep.
is really to get started. So it's a guided training, and I believe 4 days, and 4 days,
Okay.
one, two, yeah, four, and the last day is design automation as well. So it's
Oh.
in Europe and the Americas time zone. It's very much the same tutorial you have, but except here it's guided. So we show you step by step what to do. So it's more oriented. So anyone else in your company that wants to join, that's their chance to learn and get started. So let
Sure.
me
Sure.
put this,
Definitely.
yeah, let me put the link on the chat window so you can copy.
Is this payable or it's free of cost?
It's free. Yeah, it's free. How much does it cost?
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. So that's the chance to get started. All right. Talking too much. Any other questions or topics? Projects?
Hi everyone, I have a question.
Hi, Alex.
I'm Alex. Yeah.
Nice meeting you nice meeting you in Munich.
Yes,
a long
it was very
time.
great. The event was really great. It's good to
Yeah.
see you too. I'm working on a project it's a configurator. I'm working with the design automation for Revit. So basically, like the example that we have, so a lot of parameters, and we can configure some kind of room. But I'm trying to create a 3D preview in the viewer just before the design automation. So try to recreate the behavior that we did in Revit, but in the Forge viewer. So basically, I'm able to do that. It's much more like a 3GS geometry handling. But I was a little bit concerned about the way to load the different objects. Because for now, I have one Revit file, which is converted to SVF that I load in the viewer, and all the parts are in the same file. But I need to pick some of them, some of the other one that I don't really want, and I need also to duplicate those ones. So I found some code to duplicate the geometry. It's working quite well, but I also need to hide all the other one and make some kind of maybe in fact I don't really want the library, the library file after I used it. So I don't know if there is a way if you are already try something like that. What is the best way? There's a lot of different parts, so I thought the first trying to create a new Revit file for each object that I want to load and load only that I want, but there's a lot of different objects, so I don't know if you already find the best way to do that. Maybe there's not the best way, but so for now, yes, I'm loading the big file with all the objects, and I'm just hiding the ones that I don't really want, but there's already in the model hierarchy. So it's not perfect, but so
there is a new selective loading feature, right? Is that the one you are using?
No, I tried to use it. It's only available in the ZF2, but with that, it wasn't working. It's nearly the same as only loading the DBID from the loader. So for now, I'm using SVF1, and I only have the DBID that I want from the file, and I only load these DBIDs, and then I hide them. Then I don't I don't want them anymore. But in fact, I already have this library model, which is on the side of the other one. So I don't know if you have any idea of the best way to do that. I don't know. Just
So
an open question.
yeah, so definitely loading the whole thing and hiding what you don't want. It's not optimal, right? Because everything in geometry it's in memory, sorry, and you are hiding what you don't want. So that's definitely not good, right? Because of that. Now, any other ideas? Because selective loading could help. You can maybe break down the model and load various models, but it varies depending on how much geometry you have as well.
Yes, it's about tens of different geometry. I mean, maybe 20 different parts, but I just need some of them. It really depends of the different configuration that we are working on. So sometimes I need some sizes, and the other one I need a different size of parts. So yes, maybe it will help to break everything in different files and load only the different files. But if the geometry if the model is more complex, I will need probably a lot more files. So I don't know if it's the best way.
Yeah.
So
I keep thinking selective loading, right? Now I'm thinking here, why is that not working? Why is selective loading not working?
Oh, it was working, but I found that the filter was a little bit more complex as I already have the DB ID, so it's I already know the DB IDs that I want to load. So the selective loading wasn't really helping just to make the filter of that. So, but I have the same issue with the selective loading or just selecting the different DB IDs. I still have the hierarchy with all the different elements. I also have the side model on part. So I don't know.
Maybe there are some ways to optimize that. So what I would suggest you to do, and I think I don't have a specific answer here. So Peter Bros and Michael Bill, they did some work with the selective loading that was published, right? They are still doing some work with other pieces on how to perform to do performance improvements. So what I would suggest you to do is to get some time with Peter,
Okay.
and review, explain in details what you're trying to do and why. And I'm really curious why selective load doesn't work for you. Maybe it's a technology or a workflow thing, but no, if it's not good, then we can gather your feedback anyway, right? To understand and improve in the future. But get some time with him just to work out your specific case, and that's for everyone as well, right? So you can book a time with our team. So go to APS support, and then you go to get help. You scroll all the way to schedule a meeting, and then you say business or technical. So you just go to technical support, and that should open Calendly with the team. So here, Petra is here. Just yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so
yeah.
Trying to do that with Peter. So Stephen.
And I'll say just focus on why, also beyond other things, right? But also focus on why selective loading isn't what you need. Maybe you can do some improvements there as well. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Let me move to Luis. He's raised his hand.
No,
and maybe there's some ideas here.
Hello.
Hi, Luis.
I'm messing with design automation, and
okay. Sorry. I have to, just a second. Just because a different topic. So just to conclude with I thought it was on the same topic. Sorry. So
no,
Alex,
don't worry.
Yeah. So please get some time there and let's review it, right? Okay. Cool. Luis, go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm messing with design automation, and I'm messing with a lot of engines. And I didn't find an easy way to discover if the engine is deprecated or not. When I look in the engine,
right? That's documented, right?
But using API, I not want to go in the website and look what they gonna be expired.
I see. Okay, so I think what we're talking is when you say get engine, it should tell you that the engine is deprecated.
Yes, could be in the description as well. Could be okay.
Yeah,
if it appear in the description of the engine, could be a easy way to fix or not.
Yeah, it's not there. It's just description. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's have a note for that. Let me start writing this down here. Thank you. Yeah, I'll definitely follow up on this. Where is it? Let me just take a note before I forget. And I want to make sure that I don't forget that again. I missed a few things with you. So forged. Get engines to show deprecated. Abed, you raise your hand as well.
Yeah, hi Augusto.
Hi.
Hey, I have a quick question regards, it's a new API here, it's the parameters API. So basically it seems kind of do the job of the design automation in terms of parameter as a CRUD operation, meaning that you can create your own shared parameter or you update parameter or whatever, as CRUD. So I'm just wondering, is this working as a design automation or this is something else? I just don't want to misunderstand this since it's still in beta version.
So you're talking about parameters API, like this.
Exactly this one. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
If it's the way I'm thinking, it will save a lot of weeks of work, not hours.
So inside Revit, and I believe there is a couple more products. When you connect your cloud with your Revit instance to BIM 360, to ACC, where the parameters are defined, right? It will load from there.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm curious why you are confusing that with design automation.
Yeah, because in the design automation, you can just manipulate any Revit file as you are opening in Revit, right? So you can update parameter, create parameter. It's like it stands as a Revit plugin, right? But it's in the cloud. But here you can use one single API to create a couple of parameters like key value pair to specific URN file. Let's say if you have a Revit R4C, which is Revit for collaboration. So basically, you catch the URN, you retrieve all the data of the, like, let's say specific parameter, and then afterwards, you can modify them. Today, you are already, I'm not sure if you are coordinating with the, what was it called? The GraphQL team, because in the GraphQL, if you have Revit 2014, you can do that. But this should be specific 2014. But I'm talking about if we could use the same API, parameters API, and you can target any previous version, let's say Revit 2022, let's say. And I want to create a new parameter inside specific Revit model. I'm not sure if this API could help. I mean, of course, the API is still new. I mean,
yeah.
I think.
So
can I say something?
Yeah.
I think the design automation will let you populate values of these parameters, but if I understand correctly, the parameter API will let you build those parameters in your files, but not populate them per instance or per group or however they're dealt with. It's like your setup rather than the actual change of the model. Am I correct?
It's parameter definition, not parameter value, right? So to change the value, you have to go to each specific file. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. I mean, you target specific file with the URN and specific version of the file, and then you could retrieve, let's say, a wall width, let's say.
Not the value, but the definition of the parameter, right? Not the value of the, or let's say you said wall width, right? So you can get the definition of that parameter, not the value inside that file.
Okay, but that seems like here because
you can have default values. No, you can search for those, but it's essentially a parameter definition kind of service, not parameter value service.
But here exactly it says create a column, add a new parameter to collection. And here say update, modify a parameter.
A parameter definition, right? Not a value. Where did you read that? Sorry.
I guess just down common cases, common uses. But anyway, maybe I should check with Macaco. So maybe she was familiar with that back then. I don't know. She was talking about it, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it seems a new things, right? So
yeah, it is new. It's still in beta. But if you look here, you see you can get a collection. You can update a parameter group, but not the value itself.
Okay.
So now that said, right? On the GraphQL side, with the data models, we're aiming to right now is read, that is still in beta, right? And eventually it will be write as well. So with the write feature on the data models, you'll be able to change a parameter value, starting with metadata only, and later you'll be able to change geometry as well. But first will be, so first is read, then write for metadata, and later write for geometry related information. So that's the
Okay.
data models, which is a different piece as well.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
today,
I was so optimistic.
yes, I know, and we're looking forward to it, right? So today we don't yet have a way to change models in the cloud except design automation, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Since also I'm still in contact with the GraphQL team, so also they are aiming to do the same, because it would be super great. I mean, in a way, you select multiple. Imagine you select multiple files, specific version across different folders, different hubs, because as a GraphQL, and then afterwards you say change this value.
Yeah,
so it saves the weeks of work. I mean, really.
Yeah, I know, and we know that, right? So first is to read across your entire project, your entire hub. We can do that today.
Yeah.
That's working.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it is in private beta. It is going to public beta soon, right? So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, great.
But it is read only.
Yeah.
Right?
Great. So then see you in the next accelerator. Work on this application.
And the design automation supports cloud work shared models, right? So it's a bit easier in that case, but it's still not as powerful as what we're looking for. But
exactly.
Today design automation, that's the way to go to change your model.
Yeah. Also, it's a bit expensive if you have a lot of jobs, you're gonna do it. So, yeah. Super. Thank you so much.
I want to continue with design automation, if that's okay. I saw that I actually signed up, but didn't have the chance to look at it. There's a call for beta participation of design automation with Dynamo for Revit. Is that similar in the sense that you have to build a bundle and all of that, but it just runs Dynamo in the cloud? That's the idea.
Luckily, we have the expert here.
Yeah, I can answer that. So the demo itself, or actually not the demo, we called it not a beta, but a call for feedback, because you will be provided the bundle itself. So the bundle with Dynamo already prepared to process your Dynamo scripts is provided with this package, and you have to basically install yourself. Now, if it will work, then in future, most probably it will be a defaultly available one. So it means that right now, if, for instance, you are asking, like, show me what app bundles I have, even if you are starting from scratch, you will see a list of app bundles there already. So Dynamo will be one of them if it will succeed, at least if it will be like, if you're okay with the form and things like that. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that in order to use this Dynamo bundle, you have to basically wrap your Dynamo script into that kind of archive input zip, and it has a certain structure there. So yeah, you just have to follow that example, and that's it.
Okay, so basically part of the bundle, currently part of the bundle is already provided, and we're providing the scripts basically, but wrapping it up for the bundle to be able to use, and we can use it on any models.
Well, this is the idea of feedback. Technically, it should work for any models, but if you find something that is not working, this is a flag to raise.
Yeah. Okay, and another thing is the Python version on this is 2 or 3 or
it's a version 3.9 if I'm not mistaken. And it's
so similar to Dynamo. So similar to Dynamo on my desktop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
fantastic.
I
need to give it a try.
So just like we have design automation with the engine of Revit, for this we have the engine of Dynamo. So you upload that engine with your script, with your Revit file, and it runs and give you the results, right? So I'm more curious on what is your idea here? Are you aiming for anything specific? I'm really curious why what would you do with that? Or what do you do locally that you will try to do on the cloud?
Well, we do a lot of things with Dynamo in our firm. It's a lot of it is obviously extracting data, which I'm guessing we can do with the model derivatives without opening the model at all, but some of it not. But also, you know, just running, creating views with checks. For example, one Dynamo I have is looking at warnings of duplicated elements, and then creating a view with all these, with only these views in a 3D view. So, for example, doing that to a model and then telling our consultant, have a look at this quality control view that shows you the duplicated elements. Just, you know, just an example off the top of my head.
Okay, cool. Interesting. Yeah. So
yeah,
go ahead.
Yes, sorry, go on. No, you go.
Because I'm going to close up, so less chance.
Okay, so I wanted to ask another question if it's possible. It's a quick one, just maybe to point me to the right direction. I'm doing something with the Revit model on our desktop. It's something that the users do. They have to kind of tick something, you know, finish a procedure and then maybe press a button on a plugin, and then I want that plugin to produce some PDFs or DWGs or a mixture of them and place them at specific places within the ACC account. So is it possible for me to write something in a .NET, you know, in a .NET framework or you know, which is part of a plugin that interacts with the APS, with specifically with the data management, I'm guessing, because it needs to upload files?
Yeah, definitely. Well, you can upload and download models from cloud applications, but also from desktop applications. Works the same way, right?
Okay. And the authentication will be just a simple 3-legged authentication with the user logged in already to Revit, getting those credentials?
Yeah, the only caveat there is if you're using a desktop application, right, which is exposed by definition, right, you probably need to use Pixie authentication because on Pixie you don't have a 3-legged. Yeah, so on Pixie you don't have a secret exposed, right? So it's more safe in that case. So desktop applications, single page applications with no server, mobile applications with no server, all of those things will most likely use Pixie. We have samples on those, and that's the safest way to do 3-legged, because there is no secret. 3-legged when you don't have a server side to hide your secret.
Okay, so the desktop is basically, so I'm not creating a application in my APS account, or I do need?
Yeah, you do exactly the same. You do exactly the same, except that
just the authentication works differently.
Yeah, well, it's better if you do it differently because you don't have a server to hide your secret, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So
I don't need to run. So I don't need to run a server basically for that kind of application. That's what you're saying. Because I've just managed, just before you conclude, I've just managed for the first time to take one of my colleagues' app and update it to version 2 of the authentication, of a 2-legged simple authentication, get the Node.js running, actually getting to rebuild it in a Docker and get the Docker container running, which I was so thrilled about. So, you know, it's nice.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, excellent. So remember, just use Pixie and that should solve most of your security issues. So with that, we're already 5 minutes over. But great conversation. Dynamo is a interesting topic as well. So please give us feedback. We want to make sure that we address everything you need there. And that's for others as well, right? If you have a time to try the Dynamo beta, that would be great. And our next coffee break, again in 2 weeks, same link, same time, October 18, 8 a.m. Pacific. And thank you very much for joining today, and see you soon. Thank you.
Say goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.